developments there for us. Benedict, good evening to you. The question, Theresa May, her leadership perhaps now under a very real threat.
Well, she lives on to fight another day. Certainly, it's been a very difficult day, and the keep calm and I think fight on, carry on and fight on, present your vision of Brexit, and that is what the Prime Minister has done today. Very late last night, at midnight, in fact, on Monday morning, we had this resignation of David Davis's. Then another big beast, so to speak, political beast, the Foreign Secretary quit, Boris Johnson. That took hours. There was just the suspense. Nobody knew where he was, and we weren't hearing anything from him. So the suspicion and the rumour grew. And certainly, it's almost like a death by a thousand cuts. And it's quite extraordinary to witness, really, this battle that continues within the British government almost ever since Theresa May replaced David Cameron as Prime Minister. And of course, this is all over Brexit strategy. And we thought that there was this unity. That is what we were led to believe on Friday. In fact, Theresa May would say that's what she was led to believe. But of course, today's events have proved very different. So clearly, we have a new Brexit secretary, Dominic Raab, 44 years old, a lawyer, somebody who was a prominent leaver in the referendum campaign. And moments ago, we just got a new foreign secretary, rewarded really for his loyalty as health secretary, Jeremy Hunt, the new UK foreign secretary, the man who will be tasked with, some would say, a very difficult mission to go around EU capitals and to explain why this deal proposed by the Prime Minister is good for the UK, challenging, but also good, the Prime Minister says, for the EU. And of course, he will also be negotiating with the EU negotiator, Michel Barnier.
Benedict, could you run through what's been quite an amazing timeline over the past couple of days, starting with that meeting on Friday at Chequers? OK, well, a much announced summit on Friday at Chequers. Chequers is the official residence of British Prime Ministers. So tucked away in the countryside, the whole of the cabinet convened. So basically, all these people who we knew didn't get on, with various rumours about whether it was David Davis or Boris Johnson and others, had their mobile phones confiscated, had all their devices, basically, whether it's iPads or whatever, and watches taken away from them. So they would concentrate on the matter at hand, of course, lunch, tea, but real discussion. And it would seem collective responsibility, unity, so said the Prime Minister on camera in interviews, a common vision, an agreement that they had finally, after 2 years, arrived at a common position. The weekend went by, some leaks about Boris Johnson thinking, and excuse the word, but that the Brexit deal of the Prime Minister, allegedly he had said, was tantamount to a turd, and that the people who were for it would be polishing that turd. Not a pleasant analogy. Sorry if anybody's eating right now. And basically, then suddenly at midnight last night, this bombshell resignation. David Davis, who later on went around to studios telling, I don't expect any other resignations, but Brexit is the heart of my job, and I no longer felt that I could carry that vision forward because I don't agree with it. And then hours later, after this real silence of Boris Johnson, this non-appearance at a Western Balkans press conference here in London, finally his resignation. So a very critical time with a statement for in the House of Commons of the Prime Minister, quite a rowdy session, but where she boldly, as you completely correctly in your cue introduced, keep calm and carry on, fight on, explain your vision. A Labour Party that said she had no vision, that it was total chaos, and that if she couldn't sort out the problem quickly, then make way and let us, be in government. Of course, that is Jeremy Corbyn's big ambition to become Prime Minister and replace this Prime Minister. And then we had a behind closed doors committee meeting of the 1922 committee, who are backbench Conservative MPs. And it would seem that she gave a very good performance there. And for the moment, we don't believe there is any kind of defiance, confidence vote in the offing. But if a week is a long time in politics, this day has been very long. So I don't know if she's retiring with a whiskey in hand or gin and tonic, whatever her tipple is tonight. But a very difficult day, And who knows? Tomorrow is another day. She seems to fight on another day. And she's got a NATO summit on Wednesday and a certain American president coming to these shores for the first time since he's been elected president. So rather a lot on her plate besides any other resignations. So I think one cartoonist, Matt, is saying that Jason Pickford, the England World Cup goalkeeper, should help guard number 10's door and stop any other ministers from getting out.
I wonder what Jordan Pickford will think of that.
Kind of sum it up?
Benedict,
Yeah.
as ever.
There we are. I've even got the World Cup in it.